Hey Stella, welcome, welcome.
Hi, David. Thank you.
Hi there. We'll get started shortly.
All right.
Hey Daniel, welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly. Guys, we'll get started shortly. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and get started here. All right, a lot of movements in the market. Crazy day, right? Oh my goodness. All right. Let's go over, here is the market. This is how the market finished. So the market was down, right? Down. Actually, let's take a look at the futures. Let's see here. So the futures are right here. So futures are down. The Dow was down. Let's see here. Dow was down 450 points. Nasdaq really got hit. So let's see here. Did you guys see that move?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, let's see here. Oh, okay. All right. So guess what? We're clearly in the markdown phase. Clearly back in the markdown phase. Nothing really changed. Still have sell signals, right? Still have sell.
Really high. It was 23. I think yesterday it went up to 27.36.
Yeah, it actually went up as high as 30, but it pulled back a bit, right? It pulled back a bit. So that's the thing about being in when we're in these phases, right? We don't know exactly, why we're in the markdown phase, but it's usually bad news. And that's what happened. We got some bad news today. We saw the move went down. So I was actually on. I was with Daniel. We were doing a one-on-one, and we saw the price move right at that moment. And Daniel went on his phone and noticed that there's a situation with Russia, right? So I don't know if we go into war or not, but that's what caused this. So a lot of our positions reversed. So the yen positions, let's take a, hey, Cam, let's take a look at the yen positions here. Right here. So here, all the positions closed. So pound yen closed. All right, Aussie yen closed. Right, Aussie yen closed. And all we had to do is just react. Yeah, CAD yen closed. New Zealand yen closed. Right, and dollar yen closed.
This is PBS News, and it says the U.S. believes that Russian President Putin has decided to invade Ukraine and already communicated those plans to the Russian military. Two Biden administration officials said they expect the invasion to begin as soon as next week.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah. So that's what caused the reversal. All we have to do when this happens, right? It doesn't happen often, but when it happens, all we have to do is just react and just get out, clear the positions. Okay. There is some, I mean, no one wants to go to war, right? But what will happen is there's going to be volatility in all the markets. Right, so there'll be volatility in the equity markets. There'll be volatility in Forex. All right, so what we want to do is we basically have to start from scratch now. All right, we basically have to start from scratch and look to see. So over here, we'll see where the next move will come from. All right, so right now, if you guys look here on the radar, it's all crazy right now, right? So there's no real direction, right? No real direction. So we just have to be patient and wait to see. We could get some really good moves, right? So we could see some really move that once the pairs kind of settle, right? Kind of settle down, because today was just a reaction, right? It's just like a big bang, right? It was just big bang. So we just have to see where everything settles. Equities to the downside, we should see a continuation to the downside with equities for sure. Okay, for sure we should see continued selling going into next week. Forex, not sure yet, right? Forex, we're not sure yet. But this is trading, right? Out of nowhere, right? Any thoughts on what happened today? For you new traders, Stella, Daniel, any thoughts on what happened today? I know this was, we talk about emotions, right? This was a crazy day for your emotions, right?
Well, so a couple things. One is, I woke up this morning and I was really happy with how all my trades were looking. I think I even sent you a screenshot, David. It's just like
you did
the best thing ever.
And I'm so proud of you. I still am proud of you.
I was like, wow, why didn't I do this sooner? And then I was at work and I hadn't seen the message that you sent.
Okay.
And so I just saw you were like, close all positions. And I'm thinking, what just happened? I wasn't paying attention at all. So I just went in there and I just closed everything. And I'm glad that you told us a couple things. You said, it's not your money until you close the position. I was like, wow, like I have a lot of money. And so that just made me say, oh, okay, David told us that it's not our money until the position is closed. I like that you said to take small positions, especially because I wasn't watching the market. And so my thinking around that is I need to figure out, how do people take profits? How do I think about a trade when it's doing well, so that I'm not sure. I'm sure there's something people do. I'm sure there are people who did not lose what I lost today because they had some other strategies going. So yeah, that's what I want to learn.
Okay. Thanks, Stella. Thanks. We will go over that. Anyone else? Anyone else? Kim,
Well,
you got
David,
it? Go ahead, Kim.
You know what I did.
You got puts.
Yeah, I sure did. I was signaling puts even a little bit earlier before the news came out, because you had the talk of 50 basis points rate cut on with interest rates in the I think it's the March 14th or something like that, whenever the mid-March FOMC meeting is. And so I picked up puts earlier today to 455s, then I jumped into 450s. Those paid off really big for me. And I put on short position as far as buying put options in AMD, Facebook, Avago, which is Broadcom, Apple, and Alibaba. And I got a couple of longs, believe it or not. And the longs I have is in Regeneron. For some reason, they're moving up really strong today. Might be some type of announcement on Monday.
Okay.
Then I have this one stock called Luxen something, LXU. I put that trade on, and I bought a long position in the from the was it the Heat Seeker? Hang on, can't remember what it was.
Sniper.
Yeah. So I put on a long position there, but also what I start doing, knowing what's happening, is I start tapering off some of my other long positions that I have, some of my individual stocks.
Okay.
Start taking profit on those, and because you don't want to give those back. And the ones I've recently bought that have had a buy signal and now they don't, you start taking those off as well. So that's my game plan for the week. We'll see what happens. And this whole thing with Ukraine and Russia, and also China and Taiwan, and still you always have Iran and Israel, that situation out there. And you got a few hot spots, with maybe the United States economy overheating with inflation. So you got a few hot spots around the world right now. So as your monster tracker filter is saying, is when you guys look at all the different sectors there, it's quite a few that's down. Matter of fact, you got energy, financials, look like you got pharma, and you have the consumer staples. They're up, but you have a lot of them that are down. So that's not conjecture. That's just the fact of where we are. So you have to respond to it in your investing and trading.
Yeah. If you guys are long, just kind of take profits. Stella, don't worry about today. You did a good job. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. There is nothing much you could have done. Okay. What we have to do when this happens like this is just get out. All right. And every single pair that we were in gives sales signals to get out. Okay. So there isn't, yes, could you have taken some profit? Yes, but it's not like we were in a nice long trend, right? To take here was the buy. Let's take a look at the pound yen. So sometimes we have to look at right? Things happen and it's not our fault. It's just trading. It's just what it is. Okay. So here was the buy signal right here. Here was the high here. Okay, here was the high here. And that's not, I mean, it's a decent move, but I mean, you know, could you have taken some profits off the table? Yeah, but not, I mean, if we're scaling up, here was our first buy signal, our first entry, second entry, we still build in position. You know what I mean?
David?
I can't see your cursor.
Yeah, we can't see the chart.
Oh, you guys, okay, 1 second here. All
Yeah.
right. Hold on. Thanks for letting me know. All right. Okay, how about now?
What chart do you have up? There you go.
Monster Scalper.
Yep, okay. We can see it now.
All right. Hey, Chris, hey, Garner. Yeah, so Stella, if you look at this move here, right? If you look at this move in pound yen, here was the buy, here was the high here. We had perhaps one real opportunity to scale up and then boom, right? Right. So don't worry about that.
Oh, okay, I see that.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. I mean, can this happen here? This is a big candle, right? That can this happen? Yeah, but it's not normal. It doesn't happen every day. All right. So we don't change everything that we're doing, right? Because of one situation. All right. So all we have to do though, when the lesson is when this happens, just get out. Right? This is not tradable anymore. Okay. Pound yen right now, it's not tradable anymore. Go ahead, Stella.
No, just a question. So when this news happens and then like would the pound yen or the other pairs, after the news has passed, would they just go back to where they had reached, or are they just starting the climb again?
Anything can happen. So yeah, right now pound yen is kind of moving up, but when the market opened on Sunday, right, it could do like this right here and come back down. All right. So understand when it breaks the trend or support or we start the clock all over again. Okay, so what it's going to do, it will probably consolidate, right? Consolidate for a bit, or move to the downside or move to the upside, but we have to wait. Okay, right now it's not tradable. It's not tradable. Okay, so we've got to wait and see what develops next week. All right. Dollar yen, right? Same thing here. Here was the buy signal here. Guess what? And when this happens like this, there's a good chance when the selling comes in like this, there's a good chance that it will continue next week. All right. There's a good chance that it could continue next week and do something like this. Right, you see this here? You guys see this? Could do something like this. So yes, we might have, I heard from some traders today, they made a small profit. Some traders had a loss, right? But the bottom line is, if we don't get out, it could get worse. Right, it could get worse. And what will happen also is that we'll have other pairs that are setting up to go long. Right, so other pairs that are setting up to go long or short. So we've got to be out, right, out and be ready for next week, because whenever we get situations like this, it brings in a lot of volatility, a lot of good movement in Forex. All right, so but we've got to be out. This is a lesson, right? We've got to be out, sitting on the, protect our capital, right? Protect our capital and then wait for the next move. All right. Sometimes these are blessings. Sometimes these are blessings in disguise, because sometimes we really get great moves out of these. All right. So we just have to wait for Forex. You just have to wait. Equity is clearly in a markdown phase, right? So puts, shorts, right? Clearly in the markdown phase. We've got better direction in equities now. And guess what? Those of you that were in puts already, that was setting up in puts, you did good. All right, you did really, really good. All right. Any questions? Any questions on this? Bitcoin is coming back down. We did get a sell signal on the 240 to get out yesterday. So we're out of Bitcoin. Also, keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. The yen pairs have a really good track record of following our market, the stock market. So when equities go up, you will see the yen pairs go up. When equities go down, you will see the yen pairs go down. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Trade lightly. All right. There'll be times we'll know when to go heavy, right? We'll know when to go heavy. But in this environment, you know, trade lightly. Okay, especially new traders. All right, because it's a crazy time. It's a crazy time. I mean, we could see, let's see here. We could see these move. I mean, the VIX, like I said, the VIX got up to 30, right at 30 today. And that's high. That's a lot of fear in the market. All right, that's a lot of fear in the market. Okay, I mean, it pulled back a bit, but it got as high as 30. So I think, let me bring in the dates here, 1 second. So for new traders, you didn't do anything wrong. You followed the plan. But most importantly, this game is about capital preservation. So you want to protect your capital at all costs. Do not stay in these trades. So when this happens, you've got to get out. All right, let's see here. Okay. So we still, I would say, a good resistance for the VIX is right here. If we get above 40 on the VIX, that might not be good. And 40 is high. 40 is high. So we'll watch that. But anything above 20 is not good. Anything above 20 is not good. All right. Any questions for me? Any questions? No questions.
Yeah, I was looking at Ricky's video you sent me, and he said that the US 30 reflects with the Nasdaq. I think.
What's that?
When Nasdaq moves, the US 30 moves.
Yeah. They're all, the USA is the Dow. The Dow, the Dow.
Okay.
So they all move together. Yeah, they'll all
Got it.
move together. Yeah. That's the news for the day. That's the news. The lesson is this, right? The lesson is this: get out of trades. When it goes up, when it happens, things happen like this, right? That are unexpected. We call this the black swan, but it's, yeah. I don't think it's, it created some selling, but it's not crazy selling. The Dow was only down. What did it close at? 450. So that's not big, right? If it was down 2,000 points or 1,500 points, so it's not a, the markets reacted, but it wasn't a big reaction, so. The lesson is, though, get out. I'm glad you guys got out of those trades, right? Get out, and then you can think about it later. But when price does this and it breaks support, we get sell signals, get out. Your first instinct is to just get out. Because it can get a lot worse. Okay, and then you can always get back in, and the right way. All right. Now it could have been different, right? This could have been, could have gone up, right? The pound, let's say it was good news or whatever, right? The pound yen could have shoot up. All right, it still might do that, but guess what? We're out. Protect capital, we're out. All right. Anything else, guys? I know it's a weekend, right? It's the weekend. So, Chris, anything for me? Chris, you there?
I think he got himself.
Yeah, I'm here. I just had it muted.
Oh, okay. Are you scalping Bitcoin?
No, I've kind of been trying to do less of Bitcoin,
Okay.
and more stocks. So
Okay. Yeah, Bitcoin, like I said, Bitcoin gave us a sell signal. So yeah, I thought you were still in. So yeah, just be careful going long with that.
yeah, I mean, I still have my Bitcoin that I got rid of most of it, but I held some altcoins, but I had to let go of most of my Bitcoin, which is fine. I made peace with it already.
Okay. We could see Bitcoin has been following the equity markets. Thanks, Chris. And so we could see Bitcoin move lower, but we're out. We gotta sell. Let's see here. We got a sell signal, and I tell you, Bitcoin on that 240 hasn't done well. So it is definitely wanting to go lower. So let's take a quick look at it here. You see that here? It's definitely coming back down. You guys see that here? And on the 240, let's take a look here. Uh, 240 here. All right, so here was the sell signal here. So here was the sell signal and it's moving lower. All right, so we'll just wait. We're out, we'll wait and see. Okay, but good job getting out of those trades. Good job getting out of those trades. Stella, good job, right? Good job executing those trades. Guys, she did a great job. She was in those trades. So just because this happened, Stella, doesn't mean that you did anything wrong. You executed properly. All right, so you should be happy that you're following the process. All right, next time you'll get it. Next time you'll bank some profits. All right, this is just the market. This is what happens. No big deal. We go back to work on Sunday.
I did bank $13.
You did?
of my $98. I did hold on to 13 bucks.
Well, good job. Hey, that's better than nothing, right? That's nothing, you know. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, we can always, if you trade a smaller time frame. So if we look at a smaller time frame, you know, you would probably be able to get out sooner, but that's not what we do. So if we trade it on, let's say on a 30-minute time frame, second here, on a 30-minute time frame, probably, yeah, you could have gotten, that's Bitcoin though, GBP, JPY, but that's not what we do. Even the 30-minute is messy. Right, even the 30, let's say the 60 minutes, even the 60 minutes is messy. So what that tells Stella, was that tells us is this: there was not enough time, not enough, you know, movement to capture any real profits. All right, we needed it. We needed pound yen to keep going higher. Is what we needed. Okay, so no big deal, no big deal. All right. So we go back to work on Sunday. All right. All right, guys, you all take care. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you guys on Sunday. Okay.
We'll do.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.